Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Shanna, and here's her story. Hey, Ollie, it's Shanna from Shamokin, PA. I'm being threatened by my dad, Charles Niedig, for speaking out, but he is still on state parole, and I contacted the police. My mom, Jackie Orme, disposed of me when I was a young child. She just dropped me off at my dad's house and left me there. It was hell on earth. The house was deplorable, complete filth, and she knew this. But she did not care that I was not safe there. My dad is a career criminal and abused me. My mom kept my brother Jeff and raised him very well. As a kid, she came a few times to take me for a visit with her, but she had a very nice, clean, safe home. I told her of the abuse and she replied, "I know." I begged and pleaded with her to allow me to live with her, and she just said no. You have to live there and stop calling me mommy and stop telling the kids at school Jeff is your brother. So you guys went to the same school as your brother? Sounds like Jeff probably your little son husband. She then changed my brother's last name to her maiden name. Me and my brother went to the same school and he wasn't allowed to speak to me. Weird, huh? To this day, I don't know why she picked me up for those few visits, because she surely didn't want me, and she was so nasty to me, always screaming at me, "When will you get it through your head? Shut your mouth about what goes on up there." She meant up at that house with my dad. Every visit we had, she was just drilling in my head to keep my mouth shut. See, she knew I was enduring there, yet she did nothing to help me. She had a wealthy family, and they did not bother with me either. It was like I did not exist at all. On our last visit, she drove me back and I started crying, begging her to help me. "Please, Jackie, help me." But she just stopped her car and said, "Get out." She never came back after that day. So I used to go to her house and watch her lay in the sun in her yard and wonder why. Why does she hate me? I was such a quiet kid. I was never in trouble. I just never understood why. When I became an adult, I asked her why. All she had to do was make a phone call and Child Protective Services would have came. But she just said, "Get over it." I got the courage to one day knock on her door, and she answered. And I said, "Can I play with my brother?" And she flipped out and she said, "Stay there, I'm calling your dad." I just backed into the corner of her kitchen, and she called my dad and said, "Come get Shayna. I don't want her coming here. This is my mother, my birth mother, for fuck's sake." Unreal. I just ran past her out the door and walked back to hell and got smacked in the mouth so hard that I swallowed my own blood. It wasn't the first time I had to do that, so I was used to it. When I was in 8th grade, I tried to kill myself. I tried to walk straight through a huge glass window. I knew it was a long drop to the cement below. Very odd the glass didn't smash. I will never forget the feeling of giving up was so strong inside my head. You see, when you have no one but only hate and abuse, something in a child's mind doesn't develop right. Something inside me was off. I just can't explain it. When I was a teenager, my dad went to prison, so I was homeless, living on the streets, and I seen her one day lay down. I seen her one day downtown and told her I'm sleeping behind the community swimming pool back in the bushes. Jackie, my mom, said again, "I know. I read it in the newspapers that he went to prison." Unreal then that she turned and walked away. There was no way I will stay silent. I'm an adult. I own my own home with 10.5 acres of land, 2 guardian dogs and 1 cat. I survived that which was meant to destroy me. I learned of love from a stray dog as a kid. I seen with my heart how these stray dogs were so much like myself. Thank you for this channel. Going through this journey alone is hard, but I see we are not alone. Having no support is a lonely ride. I was driving and I seen this older woman with an ice scraper taking ice off her car. I pulled over and walked up to the woman with gray hair, and holy shit, it was Jackie, my mom. So I took the ice scraper out of her hand and scraped all the ice off the windshield and handed it back to her and looked her in the eye. She knew it was me. She lowered her head and said not a single word. I said to Jackie, "I know," and walked away. For I know her boyfriend just died. It was in the news. It was in the newspaper. I know she was kicked out of her boyfriend's home for her boyfriend left his own son. She was homeless. I know how the fuck does it feel, Jackie? Get over it. Ha. You know, you hope for stories like yours that eventually the narcissist will face karma. But boy, did you have to. She's homeless as an adult. You were homeless as a child. She understands something, you know, and it bothers her. And it bothers her a lot. But she got a lifetime of living high on the hog, didn't she? Sometimes the narcissist gets their karma. It's not enough. It's not enough. Because when the karma kicks in on the narcissist, it's still not enough. You gotta expose her. You gotta expose her, your father, and I guess that's what you're doing here. So that's a good thing. But understand something. She got her karma later in life. She destroyed your childhood and let all sorts of unspeakable things happen to you. And she knew. Because the narcissist always knows. They always know. So, I'm glad your mother got her karma. But it's still not enough. Karma is nothing without exposure. Because without exposure, she can make up whatever story she wants about how an old lady ends up homeless and where her children are. So let me ask you something. If she's homeless, where's your brother? How did that work out for her? I guess not too good, huh? I guess not too good. Some women just hate their daughters to the utmost extreme, and I think that's probably what happened with you. She knew what your father was. Here's what I think happened. I think she knew what her father was, and she kind of made a deal with him. You give me the daughter, you give me our daughter, and you can live whatever life you want. You are the price of your mother's freedom from your father. And that sucks. So, I hope you don't stop exposing this awful bitch, Shayna. So, thank you for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.